Welcome to The Morning After, your audio-visual, not yet olfactory guide to the biggest tech news of the week. I'm Matt Smith from Engadget, born somewhere in England, forged in Wi-Fi. Now let's get into this week's news. We're starting with some festive misery for Apple. Yes, it's had to halt sales of both the Series 9 and its Ultra 2 smartwatches, at least in the US. Yes, the company said it was halting sales online the Thursday of this week, December 21st, while sales in bricks and mortar stores that Apple owns will stop on December 24th. And no, it's not a ploy to get you to buy your wearables early for the holiday season, at least I don't think it is. Yes, it's all down to a patent dispute over the wearable's blood oxygen sensor and an International Trade Commission ban on sales of both wearables starting December 25th for some extra holiday festive drama. And how did this all start? Well, cast your minds back to 2021. Medical tech company Masimo sued Apple over alleged patent violations related to light-based blood oxygen monitoring. In October of this year, the ITC upheld the judge's ruling that Apple did in fact violate Masimo's patents. Now the case is coming to the end of a 60-day presidential review period. Although President Biden has a few days left to decide whether to veto the ITC ruling, Apple has opted to preemptively comply with the Commission's decision. Now, President Biden does reportedly own an Apple Watch. However, he also looks like the kind of person that forgets to charge it. But hey, that's a pretty high-level influencer right there. Almost Beyonce levels, but not quite. The ITC denied Apple's motion to pause the ban, which means, yes, the ban on those two Apple Watches is happening right now, at least at the time of recording. So could we cut to a happy Tim Cook if the ban has been removed, or a sad Tim Cook if the ban is still happening? Fantastic. Now, Apple is still planning to appeal this whole decision in the federal circuit. However, that will have to wait until 2024. So you've got a crunchy Galaxy Z Fold 5 and an appetite for even further risk? Well, you'll now be able to repair whatever accident or mistake you made, like handing your $2,000 smartphone to an excitable toddler. I won't be answering further questions. Yes, Samsung has announced its two latest foldables are coming to its self-repair program. It'll be joined by the S23 series, the Tab S9 series, as well as the Galaxy Book 2 Pro series. All of these will be part of the self-repair program in collaboration with iFixit. Now, prices for the repair kits for those foldables aren't yet available, but for an educated guess, if you're looking to repair Google's Pixel Fold and its internal screen there, it would cost you $900. But that is understandably the most expensive part of that entire phone. Now, onto the console wars. Ah, yes, console wars. Doesn't everyone love a new console war?
What Nintendo don't?
Maybe it's just me. Sony has announced it's sold 50 million PlayStation 5s, and it's done it just a week later than the PlayStation 4, which is pretty impressive given we had a global pandemic and huge supply chain issues. Now, according to some estimates, it's outsold the Xbox Series S and X series by a scale of 3-to-1. Yeah, Microsoft doesn't release its own official Xbox sales estimates. I wonder why. But Ampere Analytic estimates suggest that Microsoft sold 7.6 of its newest consoles this year, and that compares not very favorably to the 22.5 million sold by Sony. There are a few reasons, and you've probably heard this one before, it's about the games. Yes, while the PlayStation 5 has had recent hits like Spider-Man 2 or God of War Ragnarok, for the Xbox and its exclusives, games like Redfall and Halo Infinite have missed the mark. They're both first-person shooters. Missed the mark. It's pretty witty. Well, quite witty. Witty enough for the afternoon before the holiday break. Okay, now let's move on with the rest of the news this week. Oh, yeah, not a lot, to be honest. Oh, space tomatoes, perfect. In a recent interview, NASA astronaut Frank Rubio said that he lost one of the first tomatoes ever grown in space. Then 8 months later, it magically reappeared, all bagged up, according to a photo shared by NASA. However, the space agency didn't reveal exactly where they found these tomatoes in the end. So for a good part of 2023, those tomatoes were lost in space. Yeah, I am proud of myself. Meta Quest users can now use their VR headsets for Microsoft Office. Yes, they can enter reports, file spreadsheets, and create presentations if they ever wanted to do that inside a sweaty VR headset. Or at least if they plan to write off their recent Quest 3 headset purchase as a work from home tax deductible. That's pretty smart actually, yeah. You can now use the basic Microsoft Office suite across the entirety of the Quest headset range. That said, it's not easy typing on the Quest's virtual keyboard, so you might want to bring your Bluetooth keyboard along for your virtual office hours, unless you're a pro Excel spreadsheet athlete, which is a thing. Take a look.
Let's see what Jeremy has got going on. Let's see.
There's our two competitors.
All right.
And that was your morning after. Thanks once again for watching. We have one more edition coming before the end of the year, a special annual wrap up. So make sure to look forward to that. Otherwise, have a great weekend, festive or otherwise, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.